a younger generation, not just liking the song and listening to the song, but actually performing it. I find it's flattering to me, I think.
Absolutely. What about if you could like record a new song? Like I know you've done a lot of like gospel lately, but just record something and choose to do a duet with someone like that you haven't. Is there someone at the top of your list who would love to do a duet with?
I think I'd like to do a duet with John Legend. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
would be,
Sultry love songs that he likes to do and does so well.
he does them so well. That would be great.
Yeah.
What about, we mentioned some of your like, disco contemporaries from that time. You mentioned Gladys Knight and like Diana Ross. Like, who do you think who can you see really doing great in this competition that hasn't already done it? Like, is there someone that you think would just be prime for the Masked Singer that you know?
Mm. I don't know how Diana Ross's voice is probably too recognizable, but she'd certainly be fun, to watch and see what they do for her costume wise and all of that, and how she'd respond to all of that. Yeah.
Yes. Or to that point, like they have like this season, they had the Mummies and it was the 3 Brady boys. They do. I think like you do an Evan Ross, an Ashley Simpson, and a Diana Ross. There you go. There's, you'd have to get all 3 of these people to want to be a part of this competition and schedules and all of that. But that would be pretty good.
Be a lot of fun. Be a lot of fun.
Well, you also, you've had many other hits in your career. I Am What I Am. It just became such a national anthem for, us gay men. Like, do you realize that you are a gay icon, Gloria? Like, did you at least realize this?
Well, I know that I have a lot of gay fans. I know that. Absolutely.
You're way too humble. What about, I know you recorded a song with Kylie Minogue on her disco album. Like, what was it like working with Kylie Minogue?
Well, it was fun. It would have been more fun if we'd been together, because she did her part in England or Australia. I don't even know which. And I did my part in the United States, and then they put the 2 of them together. But I met her some years ago, lovely lady, very pleasant and kind, and I was, more than glad to do it and loved the song. Yeah, I love it.
It's a good song.
It is.
Do you think like Kylie captures that disco of the 70s really well?
Yeah. I think she did a great job with her album. Yeah.
Can you ever foresee like disco making like a huge comeback on the charts? It's a part of a lot of songs.
I tell you something, I really would love for that to happen, not just for me or for my music or whatever, but most people don't realize, and they don't stop to think, that disco music is the only music in the history of music ever to bring together people from every race, creed, color, nationality, and age group. Boy, do we need that now.
We do. We do.
Something to bring us together, because we are so scattered and divided, and it's horrible.
Would you ever make, like I said, I know you're busy recording new music that's non-disco. Would you ever just put out a new disco album with a bunch of tracks?
Sure. I think it'd be great.
I think it would be great also.
Yeah.
What have you learned anything about yourself as a performer from this experience on The Masked Singer?
On The Masked Singer, I think that one of the things that I learned was that it didn't bother me at all to be in the mask, that no one could see me, my expressions while I was singing or whether that, none of that bothered me. So I think I'm past the look at me part of being an entertainer, and that was nice.
You've done it, right? For so long that were you aware, like I know the judges had all of their guesses throughout the competition, and then like online, like, we had Cher, we had Liza Minnelli, Kathleen Turner. I was convinced it was Kathleen Turner once I read that online. I was like, this is definitely Kathleen Turner. Gloria Estefan, we had Andrew Lloyd Webber. Did you like that when people were just off track and just,
Yeah, I did. I'm like, and I thought about Gloria Estefan. Somebody said Gloria Estefan. I'm like, her voice is nothing like mine. Now she's got a beautiful voice, but it's nothing like mine.
I didn't really see Cher either, but that was just me.
Please, Cher, come on. Cher's got this deep, gravelly, rich, low tones and all of that. Nah, I don't know.
Kathleen Turner, that the internet was, and I was like, oh, this is Kathleen Turner. Absolutely.
But she's got a kind of a deep voice as well.
Absolutely. Did you know that in other seasons, a lot of people, your name comes up very often. They always think it's you.
I know I've watched it a couple of times when they thought it was me. I'm like, it's not me.
And this season, what about, Robin Thicke, Nicole? They did ultimately know it was you.
Yeah, they did. Well, I think that some of the clues were really obvious. And Robin has been to my show, so he's heard me sing more than just one song here and there. He heard, so he may have just recognized my voice.
Would you do this again? If they did an all-stars version in the future and called people back that were let go?
Yeah, I'd do it again. Yeah.
And what advice would you have for someone that wanted to join the show?
Just have fun with it. Just don't take it too seriously and just have fun with it.
That's good advice.
Yeah.
What about, as we wrap up, everyone is talking about the harp, like who is the harp? Do you have any guesses on who any of these other people are?
None whatsoever. None whatsoever. They're doing a good job. Yeah.
Like you said, you're brought from place to place in a costume and no one can tell it's you.
Right. I mean, they even like the what do you call hoodie that you wear? It's like a 3X, so nobody can tell how big or even how small you are. It's amazing. It's crazy, but it's
wow.
fun.
And what about, like, do you, the Masked Singer is watched by millions. There's this is such a guilty pleasure for so many people. Like, do you have, like, are you a TV person? Do you have guilty pleasures where you're just like, whether it's scripted or reality, where you're just like hooked into certain TV shows that you just can't get enough of?
Well, yeah. I love Blue Bloods. I love Rosewood, which isn't on anymore, and I'm so sorry. There was another TV show on called something Hope. It took place
Chicago Hope, maybe.
Well, I love Chicago Hope. I love Chicago PD. Yeah, there's a few of them.
Those are good. And what is next for you? I know you have some live dates. Like, what's next for you?
Oh yeah, I do have live dates. I'm going to Phoenix this week, and the following week I'll be in LA. But more exciting for me is that my documentary is coming out early next year. So I'm really, really looking forward to that, and what kind of effect it's going to have on my public.
Wow, it's just going to be a documentary, like, of your, just the rise of your, wow.
Yeah, of my life from very early on to current times.
When could we expect that? Is that coming in the beginning of the year?
Early beginning of the year, yeah.
Wow. Well, I can't wait to watch that.
Yeah.
I've thoroughly enjoyed watching you this season. I hope you are back again. Your career is legendary, and just, it's a pleasure to talk to you. I really appreciate you taking your time.